Is there a motion to ratify?
Motion to ratify.
Motion by Lorelei, is there a second?
A second.
Second by Coley. Any objections? Hearing none, motion carried 4-0-0. We had an addition to number 10, ratify by signature. It's approval of resolution 25-263, trust account drawdown. It's to draw down from Winnebago Tribes account PL 7334706 in the amount of $5,847,199.98. Is there a motion to ratify?
Motion to ratify.
Motion by Eric, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Lorelei. Any objections? Hearing none, motion carried 4-0-0. Brings us to new business, tribal vocational rehab program. John,
First of all, I want to greet everybody with a good morning.
Morning. Morning.
Don't know me, my name's Adriana Levering-Belvin. My Indian name is Mark Scotty, which means Woman, launching the gender plan. And the oldest daughter of Catherine Levering and Dr. I come from Levi Levering. I'm here on behalf of the TBR program. So what is traditional vocational rehabilitation program? TVR for short. TVR program provides culturally related vocational rehabilitation services to American Indians and Alaska Natives with disabilities. To simplify, our TVR program works with mentally and physically disabled tribal members of any federally recognized tribe who resides in Winnebago. Gain employment and independence. Some more common qualified disabilities in our community I like to mention also include hypertension, diabetes, and those in recovery, to name a few. Some of our services include assessment, evaluating skills, interests, and vocational needs, provide career advance and support, training and education, job placement, assisting with job search, resume writing, and interview skills, support services, transportation, and independent living skill training. Our two main eligibility requirements must be an enrolled tribal member of a federally recognized tribe who resides in Winnebago, have a physical or mental disability that results in substantial impediment to employment. The TVR,
keep talking to your mic.
the TVR, to simplify the, sorry. Now my phone's giving me technical difficulties. The TVR program overall are vital for promoting self-determination and economic opportunity within Native American communities. Our main goal is to support individuals in achieving employment and independence. So that's a little bit about the TVR program. At this time, I am asking programs. I know everybody's coming to end of their fiscal year and the new fiscal year is about to start. One of our barriers at this time is part-time positions in the Winnebago community. I can say that the TVR program can do on-the-job training as long as there's a MOA in place with other departments that can pick up the salary after that. So the TVR program would be able to provide up to 90 days of paid employment, but there has to be a MOA in place with, for example, Let's say human services needs somebody part-time to answer the phones for, an hour for 10 hours a week. We would be able to pay that, but after the 90-day on-the-job training is done, then they would have to pick up the salary moving forward.
What department is your program under?
The education department. Amy LaPointe Houghton oversees this program.
So they would have to have this budgeted
Yeah,
to have an MOA with you.
correct. So the goal and the point was for us to come in front of you guys, let people know about our program. I was hoping we would be able to get some kind of economic support from other programs, but I understand it's the end of the fiscal year, but now that they know, maybe they can budget for that next year. But for the time being, we're just gonna have to see how we can operate moving forward. I know there's part-time employment opportunity in the Siouxland and South Sioux area. However, there is a TVR program in South Sioux City, but ours is unique. It's tribal. We're our very own TVR program. So I would like us to be able to provide employment here on our reservation to our people.
Who's the funder of your program?
It's a grant.
From who? Which department? I mean, where in the federal government?
I'll have to get back to you. I don't know that off the top of my head.
I know there's good intentions here by having this program, but it becomes a burden to the tribal program that has the MOA with you to have to come up with after they only serve these guys for 90 days and then it falls on the tribal program. And so how can this be successful if it's already set up to fail? Because we may be able to pick that up under a MOA after the 90 days. But all those tribes that are really, really having a hard time, this is going to be hard for them to embrace this program because they have to have the funds to pay them after the 90 days.
I understand.
Well, whoever designed this program out there and whoever the department is out there don't know Indian country. I guess I'm kind of old school.
I think one of the things that we need to look at is a lot of the positions that we need, they need certification. It takes a little bit of more education than 90 days. And so these 90-day workers are going to be fulfilling some of those low-bearing fruit jobs, maybe like at facilities or something like that, where they can get OJT in 90 days for what the facilities does, because they do a lot of different work. And so I think that would be something we'd have to look at for next year for that MOA. See how many MOAs can be done as well without creating a mess with just MOAs with all these individuals. They would have to be with I think you said the programs, correct?
Correct.
So you might have to go to the programs to see which ones can do MOAs in 90 days if an individual stays for that long, because that's what is that period called, that
Probationary?
probation period, yep. And so if they do a MOA, does that redo their 90 days? Does that restart their 90 days as a full-time worker? That's 180 days on that probationary period. I don't even know if that even constitutes as a probationary period. So I think that would be something we'd have to look at within the next year so we can have a better grasp of what we're trying to accomplish. I know it's good, as Lorelei said, there's good intentions there. It's just, we just gotta kind of smooth it out a little bit. That's all.
As part of the grant is some of that the salaries for these temporary employees, or?
Like I said, we're able to do on-the-job training to fund some of that. And it's really to encourage our people that have a disability that are on SSI and SSDI. A lot of them are sitting around and they want something to do. So the TVR program is to give them something to do within the reservation, within our community, to help them gain employment, to feel more independent, to not feel like, hey, I'm just sitting at home, I don't have anything to do. We're able to get them feeling a little bit better about themselves. And I really wish our, education director could have been here, but I'm here on our behalf about our program. So the viewers that are watching know about it. They can spread the word. If there's any directors that are watching, now they know, and hopefully they can budget for that. And it's really, we don't want, there's only a certain amount of hours they can work too. We don't want them to lose their disability payment either. We just want to give them an opportunity to do things in the community.
So what are you asking the council for?
All I'm asking is that you guys just, I'm not really asking anything at this time. It was more of informational for you guys because not a lot of people know about our program. Now you guys know about our program, and you know that something that we need is MOUs with other departments for these part-time positions. I have talked with other directors that attended the mental health fair. They could really use us, but they don't have the funding. So that's just where we're at. So hopefully, people can reach out that have ideas to see how we can collaborate.
Comment. It's a good start. It's just a good start. It's a good start. For your first time coming here, try and build this up. I know the tribe has been talking day labor for years now, but we're tight on salary money. But I think of our homeless shelters. Get these people out there working. Get them out there. You're gonna just get them out there, but mental health kind of got to be involved too. But we have our hospital, minimal jobs. That tribal members. There's jobs there that they could do. There's Winnebago, there's HCI, there's construction, and so on. So I just think it's a good start.
Thank you.
Hope to build this up. To help our people.
It's a 5-year grant and we're year 2.5 into it right now. So hopefully we make good progress. We're heading in the right way. Like I said, I don't want to see this program fail, and I'm sure the other ladies that I work with feel the same. But again, it was just informational at this time. I'm not requesting anything other than support and for you guys to kind of help guide me in the right direction. If you know of a program that may have some funding, send them my way. I do have a meeting along with my other team members with HCI. They have a program that could probably help us as well, and still need to reach out to WCHS and go from there. But that's all that I have. Thank you for your time. If there's no more questions for me.
You said you were talking about disabled and maybe elderly. How far does that go? What is the parameters on that?
So the individual has to have a disability of some sort. So there's tons of things that qualify an individual to have a disability. So all I can say at this time is I encourage a lot of people to come to our program, because we do an application and then we do a determination form, and there's 6 items that would qualify them, but the 2 main ones but there's no age limit for like an elder to say, you can't be this certain age to qualify for our program. It's what their disability is and, you know, how we can accommodate them. Because, you know, there might be some people that can't stand very long. We don't want to put them out in the field, you know, picking up trash or being on their feet very long. We might want to try to find them an office job.
I think that a good place to start would be creating a footprint, putting up flyers to have people come in and start looking at maybe like our senior center. You know, they could use some help down there. And then when you talk about disability, you know, going out like to the casino or some of our, you know, even here in the Blackhawk Center, that to for like security or cleaning or whatever it might be, that it's real not high tempo, but they can kind of take their time and still do a job. So I'd say probably start in some places like that where they can kind of sit down, like a door greeter at the casino or something like that. The senior center, help cook a little bit, you know, talk with the elders, clean up around there, whatever it might be. So something along those lines where you kind of start low and kind of get your program off the ground with a grant and come up with a plan of if these individuals can't be hired after their 90 days, what's your secondary route with them? Right? Because they might not, they might run out of money within that 90 days or anywhere. That what are you planning on doing with them? Will they be able to restart the program in a different area? Will they be able to be put on hold until they can get money? So just something along that line, just food for thought down the road of avenues of approach for your program for that grant. So that's all I got. You know, thank you for being here. You know, it's really good to hear for our enrolled membership have a chance to step up for themselves. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Good luck.
And it brings us to number 2, Lorelei.
Annabeth and I were talking a couple weeks ago, and we were thinking like Ho Chunks. Because Ho Chunks always have a back way out for survival. And we were talking about our new tribal offices, council offices. There's only one door on the side we're on. And across the hall, credit only has one door. Next to them is 2 council members' offices. There's only one door, no windows. And there's no, only one door out of admin. And so I did send an email on that, and Ron Noor wrote back that he's gonna get the architect to send, the architect of our renovation to send the design, and that it was approved by the state fire marshal, the design. But I wanted to know, in the we have some windows, those of us that are on that one side of the tribal offices. And I wanted to know if those windows could be broke out. And he never answered that one. And then I started thinking about it, and they have these fire hazard or fire blankets that don't, you know, you could put over you to run out. Because what if there's a fire in that hallway? And we all can only get out one door. So I was thinking of asking procurement to buy us an axe to have in our offices, because then we could use that to break out a window if they can be broke out. I don't know. And then every occupant in each of those, like in our council offices, we have one of those fire blankets we can throw over us and run out if there's, you know, to get out. And I think it's better to be prepared for human life safety. And so I'd like to ask procurement to locate those kind of blankets, fire retardant blankets that we could use. So we have one for each person in all these offices, and also get us an axe to have where ours are, where there's a windows. What do you guys think?
I agree with you on that. you got windows that close for the salvation of the fire for self-preservation. Why run into a hallway with a blanket or a fire extinguisher? Because this building is old, and if it's gonna burn, it's gonna burn fast. And so I agree with some type of hatchet or axe, or even the fire axe that has that pointy end on it to break windows, and have one in the middle of the offices there along that window side, so that everybody on that inside that area can consolidate and break a window and help each other out of that, instead of going into and through and around the fire, because like I said, it's gonna burn fast. This building is old, especially knowing that we still have a lot of that cedar wood still in here. So yeah, I would be in agreement with that.
So,
I guess I would like to know then if tribal housing got those escape ladders out to the 12-plex about years ago for our tribal members that live in that 12-plex to escape the upstairs of that 12-plex first.
so we can go ahead and have procurement?
And start looking at it.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go in there and test them. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I
Bring us
wanted to
back to
be okay to talk to procurement to look for, price them. Okay,
business, land purchase discussion. That's, all that stuff's in your packets. Nobody's here.
Read this over and read the emails. I don't make a motion to table to the next meeting. And get majority of the council here.
I second that motion, Madam Chair.
So there's motion by Coley to table until, say till the next physical resource?
Yes, next physical resource.
Okay.
oh, for
And then a
discussion,
second by Kenny. And discussion, Lorelei, go ahead.
I don't know if we have, Tony's the one that reached out, then I forwarded his email to you, all of you. But somebody's making an offer on that last week, so I don't know if we're even gonna be able to wait until the physical resource report, because then we might just buy it. That's why I wanted it today to discuss, but we don't know if we even have the money,
To buy the land or the house?
the
Or
land,
house?
but the house is part of the deal.
It's to buy the land.
Yeah, we want the land, but that house, that's why Ron Nord did a whole look at it. And he listed all the things that it needs.
House.
Yeah,
I've
so
not
just so we know if we're tabling it, that someone else might buy it while we're waiting. Thank you.
I think that house is kind of, you could probably buy a new house for that amount, that fix that one back up. And so I don't know, that would have to be, we'd have to have a plan for that land.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna bring income. Instead, leave that house there and just pour money into it.
I do believe.
So
we
I
have another-
agree with the table, take a little bit more time with that.
Okay,
So our next workshop for the land plan is on the 30th, September 30th. 10 a.m.
okay.
Any further discussion?
Then I can't read on the phone. Is that land out there? Going towards Buffalo or?
That way.
It's south of Thunder Way.
Oh, okay, that
That one
little
out
corner.
there, Yeah,
Okay,
I think we already got the corner.
now I know
That's where the
what
house
house it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything further? So there's a motion by Coley, second by Kenny to table until the PRD report. Any objections? Hearing none, motion carried 400. All right, tribal council items, also Lorelei, just wanted to discuss the CFO.
Last week I talked to Darla because the council hasn't been notified about when are we gonna do CFO interviews. So I talked to Darla and I asked her to look into it to see, cause the advertising closed. So Darla, did you get a chance to look into the applicants for the CFO? And I just want us to move forward with doing the interviews. If you guys select who's gonna get interviewed. Darla?
Yeah, I can get with Rona, we could look over the applications, Tara's out today, but we could try to get some interviews set up with the applicants that applied. There's maybe 3 out of all the applicants, possibly 4.
Okay, that sounds good. I just wanted the whole council to know that we're gonna have a plan. That's why I put it on the agenda. Cause we didn't get nothing from the treasurer, nothing. So thank you, Darla, for helping. Okay, that's it.
No, is that
No further items, no executive session.
motion to adjourn?
Motion by Eric, is there a second?
Second. Oh,
Go
Second by
Coley.
Kenny.
go ahead,
I got
Corey.
you down, Kenny.
I mean, Kenny.
We'll adjourn at 9.